What's up? It's E. Just wanted to talk a little bit about my channel and what I do for myself. Basically, I just make this channel just to get out a lot of the knowledge that I know and a lot of the knowledge and experience I've obtained through my fitness journey. Like I said before, I've been exercising for 9 years. In the AMs, I do calisthenics. Sometimes I do weights too, but it just feels more comfortable on my body to do calisthenics in the AMs and then lift weights in the evening. Your body just reacts better. And on top of that, 5 p.m., for some reason, your testosterone is at the highest, so you're the strongest in the evening at around 5 p.m. Now, I've been plant-based for 8 years, exercising for 9 years. I used to work at the gym, so I would sit there for 6 hours a day and started studying anything related to fitness. Started with the 9 essential amino acids and just started going from there, looking up the science behind everything. Looking up the science behind muscle building, the maximum time in between meals for fat loss, the difference between MCT oil, coconut oil, the benefits from taking collagen, the benefits from omega-3s. Like, I've researched all this on my own. And then I went and took a personal training course with a nutrition course on top of that. And they say you learn 3 types of ways: through reading, through experience, and through others. So if you read about working out, you worked out yourself, or somebody told you about working out, you would learn something new in each aspect. And so, you should always be open and willing to grow and learn. Now, as I stated before, so I was just working at the gym, took all the personal training tests, and on top of that, I do a lot of fasting. So I do a lot of intermittent fasting, and I do prolonged fasting. The longest fast I've done was 77 hours. That was in January that just passed. Actually, it's almost been a year. Actually, damn. Almost been a year since I've done like that long of a fast. I do 24, 48. They say you should do that every month. And just a little bit of information, like when you do fast, your human growth hormone and your testosterone goes through the roof. Like, your human growth hormone shoots up by like a 2,000% rate. So that's just that's like a natural steroid, and I am all natural. I haven't touched any steroids or any drugs. Why take that? You're basically doing that to substitute for hard work. You can get where you want to be just from putting in the hard work, but like I've said before, anything easily obtained is never worth keeping. So you got to put work in for things that you want, and you have a different energy attached to it when you work for things. So yeah, I do a lot of fasting, and I'm plant-based, but the way that you break your fast dictates your results. I'll just speak a little bit on that. So like, when you fast for 16 hours, something called autophagy happens, where your cells start recycling. So the strong cells just start eating the weak cells, using them for fuel. So basically just burning the fat. Now, the way that you break your fast is the most important, because like I stated before, that's going to dictate your results. So people fast for different reasons: general overall health, fat loss, or muscle growth. Now, for the muscle growth, I like to do a rice cake, a high glycemic carb, because it spikes your insulin. So now your cells are opened up, so 15 minutes later you have the protein shake or whatever you have. Like I said, I'm plant-based, so I do have supplements that I take. I don't like to rely on supplements, but a lot of the food's depleted that we eat, and that's why when you eat, you're still hungry, because your body's really just looking for the nutrients. But people don't talk about cravings or addictive eating too. There's reasons why people have cravings. They say if you crave coffee, you're deficient in iron. If you crave sweets, you're deficient in salt. So there's different reasons why people crave different things. Now, back to the fasting. Also, if you do not consume anything for 24 hours, your stomach lining actually reheals itself. So you actually break the food down better, and a nutrient uptake takes place. So you absorb more of the nutrients, and the gut health is just as important as exercising and eating properly, because if your gut is not breaking the food down and you're not absorbing and metabolizing the food, what's the point of eating the food? You know what I mean? So yeah, your stomach lining reheals itself. On top of that, it's trimming the fat around your brain, so you're actually more sharper at the task at hand. So mental clarity is key too. Now also, I get up super early. It doesn't matter what. I can go to bed at 10 o'clock. I can go to bed at 8 o'clock. I'll still get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning like it's nothing, like it's clockwork. They say the more sleep that you need, there's more toxins in your body. It's just taking your body longer to process it and get that shit out of your body.